Would extraterrestrial contact harm or benefit humanity? Human beings have been attempting to contact aliens for the past 150 years. In the 19th century, our efforts consisted of amusing inventions like the sky telegraph, which stood no chance of reaching someone in the next field, let alone the next galaxy. But in the modern age, we have tools like the 1,000-foot Arecibo Observatory reflector dish at our disposal. We have sent a message to the cosmos that we are here, and we want to play. But should we be doing this? What if we get an answer? Would extraterrestrial contact harm or benefit humanity? Number 3. Harmful. This video categorizes the effects of alien contact into 3 broad categories: harmful, beneficial, and neutral. These are the classifications used in a paper written by Seth Baum, Jacob Hock-Misra of Penn State University, and Sean Domagal-Goldman of the NASA Planetary Science Division. Their study, Would Contact with Extraterrestrials Benefit or Harm Humanity? A Scenario Analysis, considers a wide range of scenarios based on the assumption that contactable aliens would be more advanced than us. The authors drew this conclusion since we have not yet figured out how to achieve interstellar communication or travel. A society that has these capabilities is almost certainly more technologically advanced than we are. So, if the aliens are technologically superior, why would they want to contact us? Since we cannot predict the morality of a race we've never met, we have to assume that they may want to destroy us or take what we have. Some people contend that for a race to progress towards interstellar technology, they would have had to have subdued their aggressive side. While this may indeed prove true, it doesn't mean their actions won't be aggressive if the aliens deem their acts necessary and morally justified. One scenario in the aforementioned paper suggests that aliens may see how we've damaged our world and judge us an environmental threat to the universe. It even goes so far as to suggest that, given that we have already altered our environment in ways that may be viewed as unethical by universalist ETI, it may be prudent to avoid sending any message that shows evidence of our negative environmental impact. If the aliens come knocking, our first meeting is going to be like that episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns and Smithers try to hide radioactive waste inside a tree. The aliens could also deem us too aggressive and expansionistic and seek to limit our presence in the universe by strangling the baby in its crib. A more intriguing possibility is that alien contact might prove harmful even if they have peaceful intentions. If you're familiar with the novel Of Mice and Men, you'll remember the part where Lenny, a huge hulk of a man, underestimates his own strength while petting a rabbit and accidentally crushes it to death. According to Baum, Hock-Misra, and Domagal-Goldman, this fictional scenario could mirror reality. We might end up wiped out by a virus carried by our guests, or their bodies, vehicles, or emissions might prove toxic to us. A scarier scenario suggests that aliens could wipe us out accidentally without knowing we are here. Contact with aliens does not necessarily mean we've said hello. The first and last time we detect ET's presence could be in the aftermath of their catastrophic physics experiment, which renders our galaxy uninhabitable. It's also possible our first meeting with an advanced race would be with their artificially intelligent avatars, which might be unintentionally or intentionally destructive. I guess an evil AI would be the equivalent of Curly, the guy with a glove full of Vaseline. Blurg. We'd better hope Lenny comes to save us. Number 2. Beneficial. There's a good chance an advanced race will have peaceful, positive intentions for any new race they contact. We can look to mankind's protection of isolated tribes for an example of this. As while 100 years ago we'd have slaughtered them where they stood, today we take steps to protect and preserve their independence, unless you're a Brazilian gold miner. If the aliens are peaceful, We must also deduce whether or not they are contact virgins or if we are one of many civilizations they've encountered like great big cosmic sluts. If it's the former, we'll bear the brunt of their mistakes. If it's the latter, our interaction will be guided by previous experience. The size of the universe makes it likely we're not the first, and this means our new friends will know how to treat us. Over time, if deemed appropriate, radical new concepts, technologies, and cultures might be drip-fed by a civilization with our best interests at heart, and this could occur even through indirect contact through the interception of alien broadcasts. A long-distance relationship like this could prove the least problematic and most beneficial form of contact. Our source paper considers that communication with a cooperative civilization would allow us to share ideas about physics, mathematics, chemistry, and waffle recipes if we could form a common mathematical language. Baum, Hock-Misra, and Domagal-Goldman also think that benevolent ETI may even design their first message to contain information on how to avoid technological catastrophe in order to help less developed civilizations succeed. They go on to discuss how alien civilizations are more likely to be cooperative than non-cooperative, since the latter is a risky and harmful strategy and unlikely to be a trait of any race which has survived long-term. Even if we were to meet a non-cooperative or hostile race, the paper also speculates that mankind could be emboldened by destroying them, making a harmful situation ultimately beneficial. One final interesting scenario is where Earth is refused entry into a galactic federation. The authors state this as neutral, since we may only be granted access after meeting certain moral or technological criteria deemed beyond our capabilities. But rather than losing interest in the face of such a challenge, I would point out that humanity has achieved a lot more since we adopted religion to curb our primal instincts. We may rag on faith quite a lot on this channel for the purposes of lulz, and it may be obvious that we consider spiritual beliefs in need of progression if they are to remain relevant. However, you cannot understate the role religious morality has had on organizing mankind and stopping us from stealing, boning, and working on Sundays. A mass drive towards meeting the criteria of a galactic federation could inspire humanity to new heights. Therefore, we consider this a beneficial scenario. Number 1. Neutral. One possibility most people don't consider when evaluating the potential impact of aliens on humanity is that, after the initial excitement wears off, we might not care that much. If, for example, alien contact is as boring and drawn out as it was in the movie Arrival, and we find our cosmic pals too difficult to understand, humanity might simply give up. There's also a chance that an alien race just isn't that interesting. Sure, it'll be fun finding out where their buttholes are and what kind of food they eat. But if the aliens are virtually identical to us in their technological level and biological structure, we'll lose interest as soon as we've boned them. Perhaps the most depressing neutral scenarios involving alien contact are those where we are unaware of it having taken place. Due to their technological superiority, the aliens will have to make the first move in establishing contact. Not because we're shy, but because we're too dumb to read the signals. Aliens might have their hands right up our shirt this very moment, whispering dirty words into our ear and heading straight for third base, but we're completely oblivious as to what's going on. It's also possible that extraterrestrials might be deliberately hiding from humanity, deeming us unprepared or unworthy of contact for the foreseeable future. Or that extraterrestrial intelligence may just be too different to us physically to allow our species to communicate. The comparison Baum, Hock-Misra, and Domagal-Goldman make is that ETI that pass by Earth may draw as much attention from humans as a passing-by scuba diver would alert a sea anemone by taking a photograph. That's a pretty mind-blowing possibility. Is there any way we can possibly know what form an alien race would take? And if there are any out there which we can observe and make contact with, what would they be like? We're going to explore this idea and how it may have happened a little further in our bonus video, likely traits of an alien race, which you can watch on our Patreon page at patreon.com/strangemysteries. For a $2 a month pledge, which you can cancel at any time, you'll get to watch this and all of our bonus content, which goes deeper and darker into every topic than YouTube allows. If you don't want to donate, then
bullshit. We know you wanted more. Strange Mysteries on YouTube and our Patreon bonus videos weren't enough to quench your search for truth, to give you that sense of awe and wonder again, to go past what you thought was the end, to give you the answers you seek, but which only lead to more questions. That's why we just upped the stakes. Chemicals of reality. Reality, consciousness, brains. What else is there? Ask yourself that question. Perhaps that's all there really is, but perhaps everything else is found within a place where these ideas, these things, overlap. Some thing, some place that is undefinable. To many people, altering certain chemicals in their brains produces what they would simply call hallucinations. In fact, what we're going to discuss specifically used to be called the businessman's trip, as one could enjoy it. Come down and put your pants back on in the time it takes to eat lunch. It wasn't taken seriously, well, unless of course you started digging. And some people, including us, did. Already though, to many people, this chemical is special amongst others. Very special. To them, it represents something more meaningful and incredible, as if it's the gateway to the next level of consciousness. The ticket to a higher reality barely explored by most humans. It is the entry point to a new reality, visited by only a select few, whose minds have become enlightened through the use of this exotic substance. For this reason, it's commonly referred to as the spirit molecule. But is its reputation as a mystical mind-opener deserved? Or is it, and everything it represents, just a load of bullshit? We look at, investigate, and dive deeply into nearly all available research regarding this question, from nearly every angle feasible. And in the course of doing so, stumble upon unexplainable patterns, correlations, and neurological evidence for a reality existing beyond this one. Watch this hour-long Strange Mysteries premium video, Chemicals of Reality, as well as many more to come by becoming an elite premium member of our Patreon at patreon.com/strangemysteries.